I'm here at the London International Film Festival 2017 with writer, director Alan Chan of the film Southern Edge of the Cloud. Alan has flown over from Hong Kong to join us. Congratulations on your successful nomination.
Thank you very much.
Is this your first time to London?
No, it's not my first time in London. I also studied in London before.
Oh, so you studied in London, okay. So yeah, kind of a second visiting. So for those that haven't seen the film, give an idea on what the story's about for everyone.
Oh, well, actually it's a foreign guy. He had an unexpected adventure of simplicity.
Right, okay.
And pureness of life.
Right, which is obviously sometimes, I mean, one of the main talking points and subjects of the film is the beauty of the world around us, nature, and how people don't appreciate it. And I said to you before we come on camera, it's quite ironic that we're sat here with lights and cameras and everything around us, when actually what's behind this screen is a beautiful world outside. And obviously, so how did the story come about? Why did you want to tell the story in such a way?
Well, it's also kind of my own experience because last year when I went to Yunnan in China, which is in the southwest of China. Yeah. And then the first time when I went there, I was really impressed, first of all, by the landscape of Yunnan, and secondly is by by the simplicity of life, people living there. And then when I went there, I just totally forgot what the complexity, that's the opposite, the complexity of life. And then it's like a retreat of life, and then I made a decision to write something about the region, in my experience, and also I create a love story. Yeah, of course, because that's what every film needs to have, a love story. Because the thing is, so many people find that, obviously, we're in London now, and I'm looking and it's all sort of big buildings and taking up the skyline. I live by the beach, and I love getting up every morning. I can relate to the story of your film, and as we're saying again, people that live on their phones and looking at the world, like people go to see concerts and different shows and they pay to go in, yet and I think sometimes I am also I do this myself as well. I want to capture the moment, so I'll take a picture. Yeah, true. And we want to share. You want to share it because everyone wants a validation of, oh, look at what I've done in my life, but I'll take a picture. And the person I'm seeing is right in front of me, and I've paid money to see them, yet I'm looking at them through a tiny screen. Yeah, it's true. Whereas if someone said to me the choice, oh, Dan, would you like to go out and spend loads of money in some high-end shops in London or anywhere around the world, or New York, or go for an adventure in the woods or outdoors and just experience the beauty that life has to offer? I would go for being outdoors, but there's so many people that just forget. Yeah. So just like the foreign guy in the story, actually it wasn't his choice to go to Yunnan. Right. Yeah, wow, so it's a surprise, a birthday gift. Finally, it's really a birthday gift from his friends because they just dumped him in the middle of nowhere for a whole week. And that's why he got a chance to change his daily life. So without battery, without network, so cell phone doesn't work. No Wi-Fi. So there's no Wi-Fi. So he has no choice. But that's really the chance for him to once again to see the real. To discover yourself. That's what it's meant. This is what it was years. I mean, everyone, whether it's religions or how we've got here, but drawing back and getting rid of all of the man-made stuff and just looking at simple soul. So, how long did it take for you to write the film, and how far into the process did you come up with the title? Because it's a lovely title. 2 questions there for you. Okay, so writing script, it was quite a fast process actually. I spent only, I think, maximum 10 days for the script because there's a lot of things in me while I was there.
So I really have, how to say, I really need to write it down.
Yeah, it was all from memory. It was personal experiences, and you were obviously really telling your
story.
And
also the love story. I want to write a love story.
Yeah.
So I mix everything.
Yeah, of course. There's the option of wanting to do one and the other, and thought, you know what, I can bring them both together.
Yeah, and also the message that is about the simplicity of life.
Simplicity, pureness, adventure, and just taking.
Yeah.
Don't take things for
granted. So this is for the first question.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the second question is
the title of the film.
The title of the film, actually, Yunnan. If we translate Yunnan Chinese into English, it is the cloud, and Nan is the south.
Right, okay.
So I want to play with the words.
Play on words, and you've given kind of a nod to the
more
location.
Romantic, poetic. Yeah. So a place seems it doesn't exist, but with lots of our memories. That's the memories of the grandma.
Yeah.
So southern edge of the clouds, to end of the world, but how it looks like maybe is a beautiful world.
That's the thing, I mean, the film is beautifully shot. So how was it easy? Was there anything that was difficult in terms of then the once obviously the script's written? You wrote this with someone else, is that right?
No, I did it myself.
You did that entire writing yourself, and then how did you go about reaching out to people to obviously take it from script to screen? How did that process happen?
Well, I was lucky, I think, that I have a French producer.
Right, yeah.
And his name is Jean-Claude Bourla. And then he, first time when I finished writing, I told him about the story.
Right.
And he really liked it. And
which is a
said,
good thing.
Yes. He said, why don't you make a short? And then another lucky thing is.
So it all fell into place, didn't it? You had an idea and went, oh, I want to do this. You approached your producer and he went, I like it. And then something else has happened.
Yeah.
Something else. So it was meant to be, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because it is, say a story or a message, isn't it? The message is really important.
I think everyone has this a desire, that is to approach again to the nature.
Yep.
This is actually the nature of human beings. So when I talk about the story to people, it's easy to approach people because it's inside everyone's mind.
Everyone wants to break free and obviously appreciate society. As much as it was told in your way, it reminded me of and it's one of my favourite films called Into the Wild, which is Sean Penn wrote the film and directed it. And it's based on a true story of a guy back in 1992 in America that decided he didn't want to conform to society and go to university and have money in his car. So he got rid of it all and just went for a trek to kind of rediscover himself. And obviously you're just trying, your message is that everyone needs to do this, don't they?
Yeah.
So how much, obviously, how much did it cost to complete the film? Do you know?
Well, I guess.
You guess, have a guess, as long as it's not in the bin.
I guess it's around 150,000 something.
Yeah. And is there anything that you would change about it? To be critical of your own work, is there anything that you look at when you flip back and you'd go, oh, if only I could have done that, or is it perfect?
I want to make it longer. I want to make it like a feature.
A feature.
Yeah, but we don't have enough money. We don't have enough time because we had only 10 days shooting days.
10 days shooting
for the whole film of 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And also the weather during our shooting period.
Of course, you had to find the right, because otherwise it would have affected it massively.
The weather changed all the time in Yunnan.
Yeah.
And then it rained all the time. So it's not easy. So sometimes we had to wait for a long while just for a little bit of sunshine.
And was that then you were still then having to pay for the cast and crew to be there?
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of downtime until the weather's picked up. So from when you started the script, obviously you say it took you 10 days. How long was the gap between finishing the script, speaking to Jean-Claude, to then going and doing and completing the film in 10 days?
Maybe about 3 months.
3 months. So you're going from script to completed film. What about the edit?
Script it took quite a long time for the post-production.
So post-production was obviously a lot longer than writing the script, getting the finances, getting the cast and crew in place.
Yeah.
Did you have a big say in the editing as well?
For the editing is not the longest time we spend in the post-production because everything is already in the story.
Yes.
So for editing, actually it's only the choices of shot, but the storyline is very clear. So we can make a big change in the editing.
Yes.
So and then we have, and then with limited shooting time.
Yep.
So we didn't have a lot of things to choose later.
So
everything is based on the story.
Yes.
So for the editing part, it didn't spend a lot of time, but for the sound editing, especially for mixing, etc., for the Foley, we spend a lot of time because
was it frustrating or?
Well, because with the wind there were a lot of wind.
Of course, so I can imagine up in the open space as well. Yeah,
and then they are from different places. The characters we can't fly them in the country where we did post-production to do.
Okay, so then it's their schedules and bringing them in and everything. So the easy bit was writing the script. The easy bit was making the film. The difficult bit was putting the finishing touches on it.
But during the 10 days, very intensive
I can imagine.
shooting. So we start very early in the morning.
I was going to say, how long were the shooting days? Were they?
Wow. So for example, when you see in the movie the fall in front of the mountain, we start at 4 a.m.
Wow.
in the morning. And then sometimes we finish at 11. So it's really
a long day.
A long day. So so 10 days, but actually we did double.
I was going to say, was it consecutive? So 10, was there no days off? It was 10 consecutive days, or did you shoot 4 and then have
well, actually 10 consecutive days, but there's one day the weather was really bad, so we couldn't shoot. So finally there's one, we can say one day off, but it's not really a day off.
Yeah, because you're probably still doing things elsewhere.
Yes.
That's obviously the difficulties. If you're doing it in an indoor location, it could be a thunderstorm outside, couldn't it, at the end of the day? But obviously the difficulty that you've come up against is you needed to film this outside for the message you're doing now.
Yeah.
We
almost 100% outside, even inside the granny's house. The granny's house actually 30% indoor.
But then the rest 7% outdoors as well.
Because even in her house, there's a garden, so so we can say 100% outdoors.
100% outdoors, and well, mind you, I suppose you didn't do too bad to only have one severe day of bad weather. We're used to weeks of it over here in England, where it's constant. But you were saying to me as well about how people have the desire to explore and experience and go back to the basics of nature, but you're saying not everyone has a choice. What do you mean?
Well, I think sometimes we think we don't have a choice, but actually we have choice, but we don't want to. We so get used to this form of life. I mean,
people settle, don't they?
Yes.
Settle. They get stuck into a routine. I've been there, and only recently has maybe things changed, but people
don't want to upset other people, yet you've got to live for your own happiness, haven't you? So, you do have a choice. So is that the big message, is you have a choice, would you say?
Yeah, we have a choice, but we didn't know we have a choice. That's what I think, what people think. Yeah.
And they just need to not care what others think and obviously take control of things, I guess. Now, we'll wrap up here, Alan. Obviously, you're joining us for our award ceremony, and I wish you every success with your nomination.
One last thing,
Please do.
because people talk about the images of the film.
Yes.
And actually, I have to say a big thank
Please do.
To my DOP, Thierry Abogast. So he's a very famous DOP.
Yes.
And with his help, it made things done, because with limited shooting days, with very bad weather, and then with his experience, with limited resources we had, because in Yunnan, in the mountains, it's difficult to have lots of materials moving up to the mountains.
Yeah, of course,
we use only a very small camera.
Small cameras.
And we don't have lightings. It's all electro lightings. We just have very small, the lead lighting we put in the van.
Yep.
Other than that, it's all natural.
All natural, and you've achieved something quite beautiful. So yeah, rightfully so, giving a nod to Thierry for obviously all his hard work.
Yes.
We accept that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.